My name is Bonge Ban.
Thank you.
That's right. Because you knew what I got up to when I was left alone in the house. There was even a chance to my terror. Yes, that's how really you were for me. All my mother's stories about growing up in Middleburg have made you a real presence in my life. You were walking around in my imagination long before today. What were you like? I used to ask myself, what secrets did you have? What did you dream about? What were you frightened of? One day, I concentrated on just your physical presence. What would it be like to be really close to you? Close enough to be able to look into your eyes, to see them blink. Close enough even to smell it. I got quite excited about it. I imagined a little aura of a delicate young feminine odor, perfume, maybe lavender, my mom's favorite. What would you say to an occasionally little dab of old English lavender?
Guys, please can I also ask the groups to be ready to go one after the other, and if you like you can clap at the end of a group, but let's save the clapping, okay, because it's going to take a long time. All right. And your hands are going to get sore from clapping a lot.
Jesse, how dare you? You think you can leave whenever you want to, like you're watching television here. No, you can't, Jesse. You make me feel like a fool for being a loud child, and you're so wrong. I like it here, and I'll stay here till they drag me screaming, scratching in my own grave. You're really smart to get away before them, because child, you've never heard noises like that in my life. Who am I talking to? You're gone, aren't you? I'm looking right through you, and I can't stop you, because you're already gone. Oh, yes. Ever since Christmas, you've been laughing and thinking to yourself, oh boy, are they all going to be in for a surprise? Well, nobody's going to be a bit surprised, sweetheart. This is just like you. Do it the hard way. That's my girl. You know who they're going to feel sorry for? Me. They're going to be feel sorry for me, not you. They're going to be ashamed of you. Yes, ashamed.
Hi, Brian.
Philip. It's strange writing to you when we share the same house. But I want to talk to you. And when I try, it all disappears behind a cloud of words. Usually yours. I suppose what I want to say is that I love you. But why don't I just tell you that instead of having to resort to a letter like an 18th century heroine? Or better still, why don't I just show you? I don't know. It's as though we've had our lives demonstrated that marriage is an institution. We have lived together so long that we are strangers. We have built our lives consciously, step by step. There seems to be no way back to the pleasure of discovery. That wouldn't matter so much. But I don't see any more steps ahead. There seems to be no way to go, at least for me. What I fear is that there will be some steps for you, and you will go on without me. If you find some steps on them for me, please find them for me. If you find some steps, please try find room for me on them too. Yours, literally, Sarah.
They cannot edit anything. You know they said that trust me.
Yo. Look at that. Look at these things. Yo, what name can you give to that? Even in the dark mist of the devastating war. Look at that. Yo. Yo, these things of white people are such disgusting. Others will call it a decadence. However, it doesn't really interest me. You white races know how to survive, and I've seen proof of that. By all logical and natural laws, this war should end with all white races wiping out one another, wiping out their so-called civilization of all time, and reverting to a state of primitivism, of which has only so far existed in your imagination when you thought of us. Yeah, I thought all that at the beginning. Then, I slowly realized that your greatest art is of survival. But at least have the humility to let others survive in their own way. Is that worse than mass suicide? Mrs. Perkins, what do you call what those young men are sent to do by their generals in this war? Oh, of course, you mastered the art of calling things by their names, which don't remotely describe them. Mrs. Perkins, whatever we do, we never suggest that a thing is the opposite of what it really is. In your newsreels, I heard defeats, thorough, murderous defeats, described as the strategic victory. No, wait, it wasn't just a newsreel. Don't forget that I was attached to hospitals. All those few wouldn't pass through those words. I spoke to them, spent long evenings on their bedside, while they spoke terrible truth about realities of war. Yeah, I know now how history is made.
Tonight, history takes a tumble. There was a fight in Musongo Songo Park. That night, 3 of us arrested and thrown into this prison cell, hot as hell in a low bed where the cell flows. 3 of us, me, Kahindi, are handcuffed for tapping a call. A fight in my mind. Friend means war. In jungle, that man drinks. It discovers bars like flying ants, 5 street lights. In February, so you ask, what is a woman doing in stock with 2 drunk men? Shortest of space because the stocks are fully packed. More like I've got a caterpillar brain, and you need a woman to make the story have wings. Phoebe adds the flesh to the bones. She makes the story feel more rounded out. Then comes the 4th. Fiasco. Freedom fighter. Fact, fiction, or fake. Comrade Fiasco. The man who came out of a cave after the fact of independence, with the memories of one still circling through his skull like spoils.
Been 3 years ago.
How can he say this about me? What did I do to him? Not long ago, he was sending me letters expressing his undying love. And now this? There's no mistaking the meaning of this letter. The main color is black, which represents the Ingangani bird. He calls me Ingangani, and I have no choice but to wear these beads at a public ceremony to display my lover's rebuke to all. It is very clear what he says here in this letter. He says I am a woman of immoral character. He begins with yellow opaque instead of white. And this means that I'm like the etc. of a calf. He has used white beads as a background, but these are dotted all over with other colors. That means my purity is full of smudges and spots. Then the red, which says instead of settling down by the basking fire, followed by deep blue, which says, and be happy as a mountain dove. Then the royal blue, which says, you are as noisy and as restless as the Ingangani bird. Pale yellow is a bead that is worn only by married women. That means he doubts my virginity. The red color appears several times in the pattern, and it means that I delight in kindling fires all over the place. He has insulted me with the worst insult. He says I'm a cheap girl who sleeps with many lovers. How, Simpiwe? How can you say this about me? Tembalam.
Oh, are they finished?